Hey eavesdroppers, welcome back to Read the Room. I'm overly excited right now because my co-host Twin said that we look dead in every video. So I'm going to be overly animated for you guys today. You're welcome. So I hope you guys have had a good week so far. If not, I'm sorry. Tell us why in the comments. Maybe we'll give you some advice. Not saying it'll be helpful, but we'll talk to you. You're welcome. If you're new here, welcome. We have 3 series that drops 3 times a week. We are on YouTube, so if you are on YouTube right now, please subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up, because that'd be nice. And we've been having a blast over on TikTok, so join the fun. Go over and follow us there. Our name is the same. And you can also catch us on Spotify, Apple, and if you don't want to wait week to week, you want exclusive content that only you can brag about, then head over to Patreon and subscribe to us there. We're about to, y'all, when I tell y'all this summer, Patreon is going to be like popping. If you're not over there, I can't even tell you about it. So on this Read the Room, normally we'll start off by reacting to a TikTok that our subscribers and our followers send us. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. We found a thread on Twitter, and we're not going to insert the whole thread, maybe just like a post about it. You guys can go read it on your own time. But basically, this girl was dating this guy for like over a year and a half. And she got pregnant by him. And to sum the story up, he was feeding her abortion pills the entire term of her pregnancy. And she didn't know about it until she started to have like symptoms from the abortion pill. And she eventually had to go see her OBGYN. It was this whole thing. And she figured out like he was feeding her abortion pills the entire time. But to her, in the text messages in front of her face, he was acting very lovey-dovey, very like supportive and comforting. But at the beginning of her pregnancy, he had already mentioned to her that he really didn't want the baby. And then somehow his feelings just like flipped. So we're going to talk about that for a little bit. When you hear something like that, Twin, what do you automatically think about?
When I hear about that, I think about how, well, I feel like throughout history, most men have just been evil, but something about men in our generation and the generation below us, it's on a whole another level. It seems like
I agree.
You're either on this side of the spectrum and you're pure evil, or you're just like golden retriever and there's no in between. And it's just like, you never know what you're going to get. Like, you never know what you're going to get. And it's so scary. He was drugging her. He was giving her abortion pills, but then coming to her house and acting like everything was fine, taking care of her. That is terrifying.
It is very terrifying. And to me, it's terrifying in 2 ways. 1, because you really never know what people are capable of. And then 2, for someone that's really close to you and someone that says that they love you, for them to do that, I can't imagine even living through or going through something like that. And like, if you really didn't want this child, you could have walked away. And I'm just going to forewarn you guys, the comments are unbearable. Okay? I don't care what your position on abortion is. You never have the right to drug someone, period. Men do not stick up for women, and they especially don't stick up for Black women. That's a thing. And it's very sad, especially when we are always the one on the front line defending you guys. You need to do better.
Yeah, it's really sad. And then those who maybe don't believe in this stuff, they're silent, which makes them, in my eyes, complicit.
Yes. If you can't speak up about how wrong it is, then you are compliant in this situation. When it's something this detrimental, because just because you were trying to make her lose the baby, she could have lost her life Like, you have no idea what a woman's body goes through when we are producing another human being in our body. She lost so much fluid, which is why she even had to go to the OBGYN in the first place. You could have killed that woman.
And she ended up losing the baby, by the way.
She did. She ended up losing the baby. And I can't imagine. Pray for her is all I can do. I would never wish that on my worst enemy. I just hope she has people around her that can really comfort her and show her support in this time, because I can't even imagine what I would do. I'd be in jail. That's where I would be. Setting fire to everything.
But you know what? To get a little deep for a second, I really think that this shows just how entitled some men feel to a woman's body, to the point where they literally will take a child out of her womb. Not literally. I mean, he didn't literally go in there and grab it, but essentially he took her choice and autonomy from her.
He did.
And I feel like that's the root of a deeper issue, one that I don't think I'm qualified to talk about, but I do think that is the root of a deeper issue of, in society, certain people, when they have just a little bit more, they're in a higher class of you, like, you know how it goes, like Black women, Black men, white women, white men. But basically what I'm trying to say is the way that Black men treat women, I just can't imagine a Black man doing this to their girlfriend if they were white and getting away with it. I think this would be on national, it would be a national news story. It'd be picked up by everything. I don't know, there's layers to this issue.
There's so many layers to this issue, which is why I said I couldn't talk about it, because I would get off on a tangent. But you are 100% right. But the fact that it happened to a Black woman and she'd already went to the police and nothing was being done about it, that's how you know it's an issue, because she felt the need to tell her story on Twitter so that she could get some recognition, because she already went to the police and nothing was happening.
That's deep. That's traumatic. I can't even imagine the pain she must be in, because it's already hard enough to lose a child, but imagine losing your child to the hands of your father in that way. I just hope a lot of comfort and love and light is like going her way, because that's some dark stuff.
It is dark. Let's talk about something not so dark, but it's kind of messy. Let's talk about this court case between Blac Chyna and the Kardashians. Talking about fumble the bag, she should have just sat there and ate her food with Rob and been on her merry way, and she could have been taken care of for the rest of her life. But no, she had to cry about this show being taken off the air. The show, which in my opinion was a flop to begin with. It was not even entertaining.
Did you watch it?
I watched, I think, one episode, and it was not entertaining to me. Did you find it entertaining?
I did find it entertaining, but when that show came out, I was a huge Blac Chyna fan. I still do like her. I like her aesthetics and stuff. So that might be why I was so, ooh, this is great.
Gotcha. I don't think I've ever been a fan of her. I mean, I don't dislike her. It's just nothing about her that attracts me to her. I think now she is fighting a losing battle, honey.
She actually has brought up some, I think, legitimate points, but it's getting lost in the Kardashian-Jenner media machine.
Oh, like what?
Like them directly being able to text the people over E! News or sway the people over E! News to cancel a show.
That's true, but good luck anyway. I'm glad you're standing up for yourself anyhow, and up for your kids.
Yeah, I'm glad she is too, because not a lot of people would be brave enough to go against the Kardashians. They brag about their team of lawyers and the resources that they have and their ability to squash anyone. So I think that is very brave of her to stand up for herself and take them to court.
I agree. You know, I feel a little biased towards this situation, but I agree with that point, Twin. Not a lot of people would go up against the Kardashians, and she has the balls to do it. So I do commend her for that.
There's actually a lot of celebrity court cases going on right now. We have Blac Chyna and Kim Kardashian. There's the whole Johnny Depp, Amber Heard thing, which I'm not even going to touch. I think that is so murky and shifty and shady. I don't even want to talk about that. But we also have the Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion ongoing legal battle because he allegedly shot her. I say allegedly, but I think he shot her. He definitely shot her.
He definitely shot her.
And now she is taking him to court.
Good. Good for her.
Good for her. What drives me crazy though is she's doing an interview with, I don't remember who the interview's with actually, but she's doing an interview talking about the situation, and people are saying that she should just sat there and been quiet. But the last couple of weeks, until Tory Lanez had a gag order, until the judge served him a gag order saying that he can't talk about Meg Thee Stallion anymore, he was spewing all sorts of stuff about her and saying all sorts of things about her and spreading things in the blogs about her. But she's doing an interview speaking about her experience, and suddenly she needs to be quiet. Do y'all hear yourselves?
What would she need to be quiet about? She was physically assaulted. I don't understand. And what pisses me off about that situation is she was even covering for him when it happened. Okay, allegedly, because we weren't there, right? So all we saw were videos and what was being put on social media. But from the views that I saw of the video, what was on social media at that time, she was covering for him when the police were there.
Because if you don't remember, I will refresh your memory. All of the protests were going on in that time. So the relationships between the black community and police community was at an all-time, like it was serious at that point. So of course she was thinking, if I tell them that this man shot me, they're going to kill him. So she was covering for him at first. In
the video, you could see the trail of blood like following her. If she was, I would be like, officer, look at my foot. It's like, you know, but she had the but she had the decency and the mindset to be like, we can handle this situation after. I don't want it to go any further than what it already is right now. And that is really commendable to have, because it's not like he punched her. He shot with a gun.
With the gun. Pew, pew.
Like, what's not clicking here? I don't know. Sometimes people, I really don't understand the mentality that they have. And I think sometimes they just don't understand actual events. Like, do you know what it feels like to be shot? And she still chose not to complain and say anything. You guys look like clowns.
Y'all really do look like clowns. Because let you be the one that was in Megan Thee Stallion's shoes. But people don't like to think like that. People like to pretend like they don't have empathy. Like everything is just black or white. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It's irritating. Put the kids back in English classes. Give them some stuff to dissect, because the critical thinking is not there. But you know what is there? Beautiful $1 million houses on Selling Sunset.
Oh, I love Selling Sunset. How did you feel about this season?
It's so trashy. I actually hate it, but I keep watching it. At this point, I'm hate watching it.
Not hate watching it. I feel like Christine was the storyline for all 10 episodes. Literally.
It was her show. Her and Chriselle, it's their show.
It was their show. For y'all not to like her, y'all sure keep her name in your mouth forever.
I think that as the seasons go on, it's separating itself more and more from reality. And so when I was watching it this season, I found myself not watching like how I watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians or The Real Housewives as like a reality TV show that I know that is somewhat produced, but I was watching it more as like almost a sitcom, because I was like, they're acting. This feels like someone gave them a script and what they were acting.
You know what's funny is Christine actually came out and said something about that. She said how the show was scripted, it's fake, and everything that we see is like wrote into a script. It's not even like real. And you know what made me think of that before I even saw that? Jason and Chrishell's relationship. They
didn't believe it for 1 second.
I didn't believe it for 1 second. Let me tell you why. If I am a 40-year-old woman and I know that I want to have kids, I'm 40, so I know that there's a timeline on that. Do you actually think I would get in a relationship with someone before knowing what their opinions are about having a child and waste a good 6 to however long they were dating, months of my life, just to be told in 10 months that he didn't want to be a father? I don't care.
They don't even have chemistry.
They don't have chemistry. When they were in Greece and they kissed each other, Chrishell, she didn't look disgusted, but it looked, do you know how like whenever you're acting, you have a kissing scene with someone coming up and you don't really know them, so you just have to real quick. Like, that's exactly how it looked.
At this point, I'd actually be more interested to watch a show about the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like, why did they decide Jason and Chrishell were going to be the couple for this? Why?
Because Mary was taken. That's why. Mary has romaine, which lasted longer than I expected.
Same. Well, good for him collecting that little check.
Anyway, Chelsea is the show. She is in everything.
Chelsea.
I love Chelsea too.
I want to take a moment to talk about the inconsistencies that people are catching in the episodes, and I think it's hilarious. So, what's the girl's name that we like? I'm really bad with names, guys. So,
which one?
The black girl from the UK. Chelsea. There's a scene where she's wearing a dress, and instead of them altering it, it has rubber bands in the back, and you can see them. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and then there's a scene where Christine enters a scene wearing, I think it's like a blue hat, and then like it goes to the next person, it comes back, she's wearing this big pink hat, and you're just like, did y'all try?
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it because I don't think I caught that. I did see on TikTok people were saying that she's an imposter because her accent is fake and she was not from London. I thought that was interesting because I didn't get that vibe at all.
I love her. If that's true, I would love her so much if that's true.
Speaking of inconsistencies in a show, I'm bored with the Kardashians already. We've been talking about SNL for 5 weeks, okay? I'm over it. Like, I don't know. I think that I was so obsessed with keeping up with the Kardashians that I just really had a high expectation for the Kardashians, and I'm not in the mood to wait into the middle of the season for it to get good. I wanted it to start off good, and I don't feel like it is.
No, I don't either. And I was really hoping that the Kardashians would open up more, or not open up more, but be more real and make real commentary on things that were going on. Like, they talked about Kim and the sex tape, but they didn't like really like dive deep into it and be like, I don't know. I just feel like they had an opportunity to really do something special with the Kardashians and show sides of them that we've never seen before and make them feel human. They can still be rich and unattainable, but make them feel more human. And they just actually went the complete opposite direction.
They did.
So, would you rather?
Yeah. This one is specifically tailored to you. Would you rather be able to attend one New York Fashion Week of your choosing, whenever, or have a lifetime invitation to the Met Gala?
It's gonna be the Met Gala.
I knew it.
Forget Fashion Week. A lifetime invitation to the Met? You couldn't tell me nothing.
After that, maybe you could get Chloe one.
What would you do?
I think I would go to New York Fashion Week.
What's your reasoning?
Because I think Fashion Week is something I've always wanted to experience and be able to have like a front row view of any New York Fashion Week of my choosing. I feel like that would be a full experience, but the Met Gala is just kind of not my thing. I like to be behind the scenes, and I don't know if dressing up and attending every year would be something I was interested in doing.
I'd rather go to the Met just because of who would be there. Like with Fashion Week, I feel like it's very hustle and bustle, like, but for this, I feel like this is, I don't know, it's like going to a King's Ball or something. It just feels, I don't know, I'd rather go to the Met. And it has themes, and I love themes. So would you rather someone write you a check, a blank check, you can write whatever amount you can possibly imagine on it, but the caveat is you will never get respect from anyone new that you meet for the rest of your life? Or would you rather always be respected, but never being able to make more than a certain amount of money in your whole life? Like more than $200,000, but you'll always have everyone's respect for the rest of your life that you meet?
I would say the blank check. I don't really think that I would care about having someone's respect, especially if they're new in my life. That's not something that I would value over having my future secured for me, my family, and my children. Like, if you don't respect me, get out. What about you?
I would say the same thing.
Yeah. That's a good one.
It's okay. You don't have to respect me. You're going to respect my lawyers
I was about
and
to
my
say.
hitman.
You say your hitman?
Yeah.
They are going to cancel our show. Producer,
get into it, yeah.
Okay. Would you rather never listen to music or never watch TV again?
Could I still go to the movies?
I think that would be a part of, would that be a part of TV? I'm going to say yes, so no.
I'm going to say I'd rather not listen to music because I could always listen to music in the movies. So
that's my answer. Yes. They always have music in TV shows, so I could always listen that way.
Would you rather have the ability to learn anything in a very quick amount of time, or be able to get anywhere in an instant in the world? And you can take people with you if they're holding your hands.
I'd rather be able to go anywhere in an instant.
Why?
Because I don't think that I would need a time frame to be able to learn anything I want. Like, if I can learn it slow, but still learn it, but be able to travel
like,
anywhere I want.
You'd be able to learn Spanish in an hour, French in an hour. You can learn anything in the world.
Anything in the world. I changed my mind. Yeah.
I'm gonna learn how to make a teleportation device.
Yes. Plus, you know I love to learn.
It's so fun to learn.
So fun.
But to be able to be like, hey, y'all want to go to the Maldives? Hold my hands. Ding. Oh,
I know, true.
Imagine going on your lunch break and being able to like just go to Italy and then come back.
And then come back. Yes. That's such a hard one, but I still think I would go with the learn anything.
I would say the same thing.
Yes. Would you rather have the ability to explore space or the deep sea?
Space.
I knew you would say
I want to go to space so bad. I want to go to space.
The deep sea.
Would you? All right. Yeah. Well, if we split it up, we'll discover all the wonders of the universe. So
yes.
The way I view it is I'd rather die in space than in the ocean, because dying in space would be like instant. Like, but I wouldn't even know what happened. But drowning, that seems like the worst thing I could possibly. I'd rather get eaten by a shark than drown. You have to watch yourself. I can't. Oh, well, that's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Get out of me.
Get out. Why are you still here? Get out.
I was talking to you, saying what I'm saying at the same time.
If you want to get any of our episodes ad-free and the full uncut version of them, especially the 13 seduction archetypes, we're going to put a little like entree, a little appetizer on YouTube, but the full course meal is going to be on Patreon. We're going to do a super deep dive into it over there. So if you want to support us over there, head over to Patreon. But if you don't care for either one of those and you just want to see us in bite-sized pieces, you can go over to Twitter. No, I always say Twitter. Go over to TikTok and support us over there, or give us a follow. And you can give us a like. Spare like, sir. It helps us.
Spare change.
Well, why are you still here? Get out.
Bye.